Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to.
The UK disarmed its citizens, murders now skyrocketing as police fail to protect defenseless populace. Thanks to their government disarming them, the citizens of the UK are helpless against the massive spike in violent crime that has plagued the City of London of the last 2 months, surpassing that of even New York. By Matt Agarist, April 6, 2018. In the early 20th century, British citizens were trusted by their government to own firearms. In fact, then Prime Minister Robert Gascoigne Cecil, the Marquis of Salisbury, once said he would laud the day when there was a rifle in every cottage in England. However, beginning with a law requiring a permit for handguns, Britain would embark down the slippery slope of a total citizen disarmament, and by 1996, all guns, including handguns, were banned in the UK. In fact, so scared of its citizens having guns is the United Kingdom that in 2006, the government even banned toy guns under the guise of reducing violence with the Violent Crime Reduction Act. Fast forward to 2018, and as gun rights activists have consistently warned, only criminals and the government have guns. The result of the incremental stripping of rights has left the citizens of the United Kingdom sitting ducks, merely waiting for violent criminals and a corrupt government to take hold. According to multiple new reports, this now seems to be the case. Scotland Yard has since called an emergency meeting as London is now gripped by unprecedented violent crime. This violent crime spike comes as an ex-senior officer says police have lost control of the streets. Following a massive spike in murders, one that has now passed that of New York City, police chiefs are scrambling to try and tackle knife and gun violence in the city. London is currently experiencing an exceptionally high level of gun and knife crime, the invite to the emergency meeting read, according to The Guardian. It is important that our response is fully informed by community concerns, and any community tensions are rapidly identified, heard, and responded to. According to The Guardian, among those attending the meeting were the Labour MP for Tottenham, David Lammy, and Nicola Kalakamayal, an activist against knife crime whose own son was stabbed 37 times when he was just 17 and survived. It's important to know that our fears as a community are being recognized and things are in place, Kalakamayal said, according to The Guardian. It's everybody's problem, and more Londoners need to recognize the situation may not go away anytime soon. Indeed, the problem has gotten so out of hand that 6 teenagers were stabbed this week, in the space of only 90 minutes. Although many of the solutions proposed would undoubtedly involve more police, the former head of Diversity and Policing, Victor Olisa, warned that police are losing control of public spaces and hit out at senior officials for their deafening silence. Communities are saying we don't see the police around anymore, he said. It appears to people I have spoken to as though the police have lost control of public spaces and the streets, The Guardian reports. The silence from senior officers in the Met is deafening. They should say we need more information from the public, this is what we are doing, this is what the results are. The need for police would be drastically diminished if the citizens of London could simply defend themselves. However, that is not an option unless they use sticks or knives, under 3 inches, a futile choice considering the fact that criminals have illegal guns and knives at their disposal. Even many police chiefs in the United States understand that police cannot be everywhere to stop every crime. As TFTP has reported, police chiefs across the country have urged that citizens arm themselves because a well-armed citizen is the best defense against crime, not police.
You are about to see my son being stabbed to death. You will find it shocking and upsetting. I have never seen this footage. I never want to. I don't need to. For me, the knife that killed him destroyed me as well. My name is Tableau Labato. This is my story and the story of my son. I was born into a very poor family in the Ivory Coast. We had very few things and very little money. But I had a dream that one day I would have a child. And when that moment came, I would take my child far, far away to a different culture, a different place, where I would bring my child up to be a happy, successful and safe person. Laurit was born in the Ivory Coast. He was and always will be in my mind a beautiful, happy little boy. 5 years later, having saved and saved, I fulfilled my dream. We broke that link with my home country, with poverty, with my family, and Laurit and I set up home together in London. Slowly, we began to shape our future. Our new way of life was nothing like before. I worked hard and saved hard to support us both. Bit by bit, we got used to our whole new way of life, to the customs and traditions of this country. I sent him home twice to the Ivory Coast, so he could compare the life the children have there and how fortunate we were to have broken that link. And we spoke every Saturday about the week that had gone and the week that lay ahead, planning the future. On Saturday, February the 11th, 2017, Laurit decided to go to a party with some friends. He told me he would be late home. It was the last time I saw him. There was a fight at the party and Laurit and others ended up in the street outside. Laurit armed himself with a fire extinguisher to protect himself from attack. A few seconds later, he was dead. In that split second, my life finished. Now I have no future. I just exist in a dark and painful present. I spend my money. I don't save it. There's no one to save it for. My Ivory Coast dream has become a daily nightmare. I don't sleep anymore. I just suffer. My name is Tableau Labato. This is my story.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.